Welcome to the next installment in my video lecture series for managerial economics, and we're going to be taking a look at Chapter 17, the Q&As, and of course we're going to start with Q&A 17.1. And in this Q&A, in our GE example, if the Romanian plant specializes in assembly and the Hungarian plant in producing components, what is the largest number of refrigerators that GE can produce per day? So let's take just a quick review of the information that's available to us from your textbook. We know that Hungary has 120 workers, while Romania has 240. And if we take a look at the output in Hungary and Romania for the production of components or the assembly of the final refrigerators, we see that the Hungarian workers can produce 4 refrigerators per day per worker, and in Romania they can produce 2 refrigerators per day per worker. But if we take a look at the assembly portion of it, the Hungarian workers can produce 4 refrigerators or assemble 4 refrigerators per day, and the Romanian workers can produce 1 refrigerator per day. So the thing we have to take a look at is what is the maximum output that Romania can produce in terms of refrigerators. So the information here that is given to us is that they can produce 1 refrigerator per day per worker, and we have 240 workers, so Romania is going to be able to produce 240 refrigerators per day. So the next question is, how many Hungarian workers are needed to produce the components in order to keep those Romanian workers busy assembling those refrigerators? So if we take a look, they're going to need to produce enough components for 240 refrigerators, and we know that the Hungarian workers are going to be able to produce 4 components per day per worker. So if we take the 240 and divide by 4, that gives us the number of workers that are needed. So we're going to need 60 Hungarian workers, each of them producing 4 sets of components per day per worker, in order to produce enough components for the Romanian workers to produce 240 refrigerators per day per worker. So we see that we're using 60 of the workers, and we know that there's 120 total workers at the Hungarian GE plant, so we have some workers left over. So the number of workers remaining is 60. So we can use those additional 60 workers. They are presently not producing components for the Romanian assembly plant, and we can use those workers in order to produce additional components and also to assemble those refrigerators. Now, if we take a look at this, how are we going to divide those remaining 60 workers up? And what we want to take a look at is their relative productivity in the production of components and assembly, and we can see that they are equally as productive. They can produce 4 sets of components per day or assemble 4 refrigerators. So given this, we are going to split the workers evenly amongst producing components and assembling the refrigerators. So we're going to have 30 produced components and 30 assembled refrigerators. So the 30 that produce components are going to produce 120 sets of components, and the remaining 30 workers are going to take those components and produce 120 refrigerators. So what's going to be the total amount of output? Well, Romania is going to produce 240 refrigerators. Hungary is going to produce 120 refrigerators. So we have 240 refrigerators from Romania, 120 refrigerators from Hungary, and that gives us a total of 360 refrigerators.